A man possesses his own son, a wizard possesses Vision, a Darth Vader knockoff possesses Kitty Pryde, and Charles possesses himself? All that and more on this week on reading every X-Men comic ever. As you may be able to tell, I took a break from the main series this week and read some of the X-Men character-centric Marvel team-up issues, namely issues 124, 130, 135, and Annual 6, as well as reading through the entirety of X-Men and the Micronauts. Starting with the Marvel team-up issues, and as is tradition, these issues aren't great. They are mid at best. Issue 124 follows Beast and Spider-Man teaming up against Professor Power, who has put his mind inside his brain-dead son's genetically modified body to take revenge on Charles Xavier for making his son brain-dead, which isn't entirely Chuck's fault, and they are saved by motherly love of all things. It's weird. In issue 130, Wanda gets kidnapped by a sorcerer named Necrodamus who wants Vision's body in return as his current body is dying. Vision, being a good husband, accepts the trade, and so Spider-Man and Wanda have to go stop the sorcerer-possessed Vision from destroying New Hampshire of all places, until Vision wakes up enough to kick his ass out. Marvel Team Annual number 6 is next up in the timeline, with the New Mutants going out for a night on the town, but end up getting into some trouble, with Sunspot and Wolfsbane both getting captured by drug dealers for the same mobsters who accidentally created Cloak and Dagger. The remaining crew team up with Spidey and Cloak and Dagger to rescue their missing teammates before they forcibly become drug testers. While they fail to get there in time, they do still save their teammates and purge the drugs from their system. Issue 135 revolves around Kitty Pryde having to rescue a pair of boys she's babysitting from a group of rogue Morlocks. Spider-Man was also there. This now brings us to the X-Men and the Micronauts miniseries. This show was pretty good. I don't really know anything about the Micronauts, but they seem pretty cool just from this 4-issue series. The story starts with the titular Micronauts, Commander Arcturus Ran, Marionette, Bug, Huntar, Acroyear, and Fireflight. Oh, and I can't forget about my goat, Bioship. They've all teamed up with their archenemy, Baron Kaza, who is very clearly a Darth Vader knockoff. They've all teamed up to fight a being called the Entity, who is attacking the Microverse. It doesn't go great because the Micronauts get their shit kicked in immediately, so the Baron takes Bioship and follows the Entity's energy trail to Earth, more specifically Professor Xavier's house, where he immediately goes on a rampage and tries to kill Chuck. During this scuffle, Kitty phases through Baron Kaza, hoping it would deactivate the electronics in his suit, but instead, their collision of energies cause them to swap bodies, but no one realizes, except for Lockheed. This pause in fighting allows Bioship to actually get a word in, and enlist the X-Men's help in saving the Microverse and the Micronauts. When the X-Men arrive to rescue the Micronauts, they're a bit too late, as they have already been brainwashed and submitted to the Entity's control, and kick the shit out of the X-Men while wearing Silver Age X-Men suits. The Entity then sends his new hit squad of Micronauts and X-Men to destroy a planet and all of the beings on it, but when one of them shows mercy, he kills them and then brings them back to life immediately, and then sends all of them to the dungeon. While all that's going on, a sleeping Chuck has nightmares and fights the Entity in the astral plane and loses because the Entity is himself. Well, more specifically, it's the dark, evil part of himself that takes physical form in the Microverse while he sleeps, but now that he has enough power, the Entity swaps places with Charles, taking over his physical body on Earth, leaving Charles in his dying one in the Microverse. Oh, it's dying because Kitty Baron stabbed him in the back. Everyone then regroups to escape back to Earth and fight the Entity one final time, and fully save the Microverse because it's currently being obliterated. They fend off the New Mutants who have fallen under the Entity's control, all the while Chuck takes a page out of the Entity's playbook and deceives him to make him leave back to his own dead body. This fight goes pretty well, especially once the Entity has been defeated. However, there is one casualty in that fight, and that is the GOAT Bioship, who gives the remaining of his life force to return the X-Men to normal size. Rest in peace, my GOAT. Oh, Kitty and Baron also do get swapped back to their proper bodies during the final fight, but their side plot really does not matter. And with that, we are done with this selection of books. I think this is actually the last kind of larger selection of Marvel Team-Up issues. I think there's one more remaining later, but for the most part, this is it for Marvel Team-Up, which, thank God, the series kind of sucks. As for rankings, you should be able to see them on the screen now. And if you have read any of these books, let me know what you think in the comments below.